Men of Reddit, would you date a woman that has done OnlyFans? Why or why not? No. My wife would kill me. Would she kill you if you dated someone who hasn't done OnlyFans? Hold on. Let me ask. Guys. He hasn't come back and it's been an hour. Call for help. He took one for the bois. Press F to pay respects. The real question is if a woman doing OnlyFans would date me. So far, the nerdy polysaturated ADHD middle-aged man has not been, how you say, in demand. Polysaturated, ha, not sure if polyamorous and saturated, or just fat. I'm thinking it's fat, and that it's hilarious. I have dated a woman who did something like this and I ended up on camera a couple of times and it really didn't bother me, but I am not sure if it was healthy for either of us. Did you get a cut? Not the commenter, but similar situation, did not receive a cut. That being said, I wasn't pressed about that petty cash. Also wasn't a healthy situation for us and ultimately ruined our relationship. Curious. How did it ruin things? Throughout the whole ordeal I tried to be okay with it and understanding because I loved her and had been yelled at previously for trying to control her. Asking her to wear a bra for dinner with the fam was too much for her to bear. So in an effort to not be the controlling BF, I begrudgingly stayed in the relationship if she only posted nudes and lewds. She kept pushing on that boundary I set up. And I continued being okay with it because I don't want to be the controlling BF. Few months go by and she's now squirting on video. With her face and prison pocket in full view. Kinda a frog in boiling water situation. I didn't realize she had pushed my boundaries so far from what I was originally okay with. Things ended badly and she branded me the controlling BF anyways. To all my friends. Created a rumor that I was a pedo. Costing me practically my entire friend group for about a year. It was a dark year. Thankfully I am in a much better place now without her. Got all my friends back when they realized the pedo rumor was just that. A rumor. Lesson of the story is don't trust any OnlyFans hoe. They cray. A woman here. I would not date a guy that had OnlyFans either, so I understand the opposite too. Same, I wouldn't date a guy who swings his knob about on camera. What if he does the helicopter and starts levitating? Well yeah, that guy is going places. Up? We would remain only friends. Lol, good one. I would be very hesitant. Not because I judge OnlyFans. It's your body, do as you please with it. Social media feeds narcissism, studies support that. And when you are on camera all the time you become self-aware of how you look. I dated women who worked in the sex industry or industries related to it. Because I don't judge them for what they do and they appreciated that. Problem is, when they spend their days getting compliments from men and be treated like goddesses by every man they interact with. It's a hard reality check to manage the ups and downs of a relationship. It's human nature. If you get treated like a god on the daily, you might start thinking you are one. And so in relationships they ask a lot of attention and spend a lot of time on making sure they look perfect. They become familiar with having things turn out their ways. Because of men bending over to all their needs and desires. Something that is not healthy in a relationship, and yet again. Reality check can be hard. This is a great take. I think it also bleeds into the way attractive people behave, especially with online attention in general, with a sense of entitlement. Like in online dating it makes things easier for them. But also so much more shallow and focused on physical beauty alone. Been down this road a few times. It becomes exhausting. Pictures are their job, so if you're not taking them for them. It's selfies. Vacation? Nudes daily in the room. Replies back to guys every morning or night. They become numb to compliments in normal life without realizing it. Edit, I understand the questions as has done. Not currently doing. This is sad to read. But it makes sense. Sounds like it took a toll. There's always a reason why some jobs never became conventional. Well, that and it's a job based on beauty and such. There is also a reason you don't see 50-year-old moms stripping anymore when it was great cash. Many of them would still love to be stripping, but there isn't a club that wants them, and if so the money might not be as good. Sex industry is shallow like that. Greater than there is also a reason you don't see 50-year-old moms, there's a gap in the market. Time to set up OnlyGrins. Calm. No. It crosses my boundaries of monogamy and intimacy. It's just pictures, maybe to you as the model they're just pictures. But I guarantee some of the customers on the other end don't think of them as just pictures. They think of purchasing them as one of the steps to getting closer to you. And I'm not down for a relationship with someone who comes with built-in anonymous stalkers. Also, my understanding is that most successful of models message their top supporters frequently. It's like having patrons they have to manage. I can't imagine sitting there knowing this person I'm dating is sending coy messages to people who pay for nude pictures. I don't think I could compartmentalize that as just work. Single quote. I would definitely be worried about stalkers. Pretty much any woman who makes a living online. Streamers. Of models. Anything wind up with stalkers. That's exactly what happened to Meg Turney and Gavin Free. Meg Turney is a cosplay and OnlyFans model. Gavin Free works for Rooster Teeth and has his Slow Mo Guys YouTube channel. A few years ago, a crazy fan broke into their house with the intentions of murdering Gavin Free because he wanted Meg Turney for himself. This has happened multiple times to many different content creators. There was another case where a couple were broken into by a dude with similar intentions and he ended up wrestling the gun away from him. Also very recently, Amorin, massively popular bikini streamer, of model, had a stalker that flew in from Europe and was camping out in a motel streaming himself trying to get onto her property. No. If she is still active on OnlyFans. I'm not comfortable with that. What if she's not active anymore? Well, she needs to get back ASAP. How else are we gonna pay for groceries? That's a catch-22 if ever I heard one. Hard pass. You go girl. Get rich. Break hearts. I am rooting for you. But I wouldn't date. Very few OnlyFans members make decent amount of money. The top 10% make nearly 3/4 of all the money, with the median income being $180 a month. Pareto principle is real. I find it kinda sick how every single one of them puts like, top 5. 68% too. Like as if it's not just, here is my exact value compared to everyone else, of these segment it to the 100th of a percent. It's not even just top 10%, they make the number as low as they can to prove their value. This applies to more than OnlyFans. Of course. But anytime someone is top, specific number, you just know that's their position. No one says top 37 when they are 32nd or top 3 when they get second. Top is basically doing zero work in that statement. Depends on the content. If she's getting fucked by other dudes. Hell no. Or if she is selling her farts in a jar. Nah, I'd date her if she did that. Just VC, then I could fart in the jars and the weirdos buying wouldn't know any better. Lol. Double the amount of farts in a jar. Double the amount of money. You're a businessman doing business. I fart way more than my wife, so we're looking at a 500% increase in fart jar production if I'm stepping in. If I liked her, absolutely. The only thing that would stop me is my wife and kids. Oh, cause your family doesn't like OnlyFans? My family doesn't like OnlyFans. We also need air conditioners when the fans don't cut it. This seems like your kinda place. OnlyFans. Riskiest click I ever clicked during a meeting that should be an email and should be paying attention to. No, because I'm gay. That's kind of gay if you are gay, yo. I'm gay too, no homo. I'm homo too, no gay. I'm no too, gay homo. No. Different values on what intimacy is. No judgment, but it's simply about incompatible values. I think the real question would be if guys who've subscribed or used such services date a woman who's provided said services. I don't think those people are dating any women. I had an ex that was super into cam girls and would buy tickets to see his favorites' live performances when they came to town. We were together about 3 years and he was a lot of fun. But ultimately it wasn't a match. What? Can you elaborate on that first paragraph? He'd buy tickets. To watch cam girls do live performances? So like, the girl would sell tickets to a bunch of dudes to come watch her masturbate on a stage or something? Yeah, basically. Or they'd do weird tricks, like shooting ping pong balls out their snatch. He was particularly fond of this one woman who had a tattoo of tentacles coming out of her butthole. I guess her main live trick was this bit where she'd get tied up and have someone put a bong into her pussy and then smoke from it. ETA. @Talari_love as the tentacle butt lady. Date casually with no intentions of it ever getting serious. Yeah, why not? Something serious, not a chance. No. Don't need my friends and brothers stumbling into pictures of my GF. Stumbling, at Booty Hunter 69420, we finally found your new GF on OnlyFans. You could have told us her name was Analhorselover 69420. We almost didn't find her quality content. Maybe a hookup at most, but I would never date one for any long-term relationship or intent to marry. You're selling your intimacy to strangers for cheap. You're really a porn actress. Plus, from what I understand above, I don't know much about it other than what I've read. You are always messaging the subscribers. I can't imagine being in a relationship with someone and they're sending their nudes to other men and sexting them for what, like $20 to $30. If someone wants to do that kind of work, that's their choice, but it's men's choice to date them or not. I think it's more severe than porn actresses. Actual PA have off hours. Providers are probably doing this at all times of the day. It stops with the former, not so much the latter. I met a girl on a beach in Miami this year who told us that she does Naturally we had all the questions. Apparently she isn't even the one replying. She pre-records video messages and pays someone $15 an hour to reply to her DMs, and apparently for big names on the site this is a common thing.